Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from DD Tech and this is the complete review of Gionee A1. This is the new flagship from Gionee, and with this phone, Gionee has changed its market strategy in India. First they offer the same selfie phone with a bigger battery, then they hired Alia Bhatt and started the Selfistan campaign. Now let's see how good the phone actually is. Let's start with design and build. We have the regular industrial design from 2016 with a metal back and plastic strips at the top and bottom for antennas, curved sides with chamfered edges and a 2.5D curved glass on the front. So far they have followed the textbook example of a premium looking phone. After that they added a bit of their own touch. The entire body extends beyond the display. Even though it's just a millimeter, when you drop the phone, edges take most of the impact. It's a very practical concept and they took the time to make it right. Besides that, rest is pretty regular stuff. At the top we have the soft LED, proximity and ambient sensors, and the 16 megapixel selfie camera. Following that we have the 5.5-inch in-cell display with Full HD resolution. Below that we have the fingerprint scanner and capacitive buttons on the left and right. Fingerprint scanner is actually a physical button and a capacitive button all baked into one single button. We will come back to it in the hardware section. On the right side we have the volume and power buttons. They are made of metal and have a nice tactile feel to them. On the left side we have the SIM card tray that houses a micro SIM slot and a hybrid SIM slot. So you can insert a micro SIM and a nano SIM, or a micro SIM and an SD card. As far as I can remember, Gionee and Xiaomi are the only two companies that still provide a micro SIM slot. Both the SIM slots support 4G and it also supports Geo and voice over LTE. There are no issues with voice quality and signal reception. On the top we have the audio jack, and at the bottom we have the micro USB charging port and dual speaker grills. On the left side it has a microphone, and on the right side we have the speaker. On the back we have the 13 megapixel camera with Sony IMX258 sensor with f2.0 aperture. Below that we have the single LED flash and an IR blaster. Yes, this phone has an IR blaster and it's at a very odd position. They put it right under the camera. Below that we have the Gionee's logo and branding. The only thing I hate about the back is the two silver lines at the top and bottom. They are simply an eyesore. On the whole, it has a thickness of 8.3 mm and weighs 180 grams. Yes, it is slightly on the heavier side. Now let's look at the hardware. This phone has all the basic sensors like proximity and ambient sensor, along with gyroscope, magnetometer and compass. So you can watch VR content and 360-degree videos on this phone. It also has FM radio, OTG support, a LED notification light, and most importantly, IR blaster on the back that we've just seen. Because of its placement, it's kind of odd to use. This is how we have to use it. On a regular Redmi phone, you can use it like a normal remote. This fingerprint scanner is an active fingerprint scanner, so you can simply touch it to unlock the phone. It was fast and accurate. Now this is also a capacitive button and a physical home button. So if you want to go to your home screen, you need to physically click the button, which is something I really don't like. Next you can swipe on the fingerprint scanner, swipe left or right to bring in the edge screen. They should have used the capacitive button for a back button or home button. It would have made a great difference. Anyway, now let's look at the display. As I've said, this phone has a 5.5-inch in-cell display. Many websites including GSM Arena has reported it as AMOLED screen. But it has an in-cell display. Even I was fooled at the beginning. It has very well saturated colors and deeper blacks. It simply looked as good as AMOLED display. Brightness levels and sunlight legibility are also good. We can't tweak the saturation levels, but we can make the display cooler or warmer. In terms of display, it's definitely a 10 on 10. Cameras are definitely the highlights of this phone. They definitely justify the price tag of 20,000 rupees. In images from rear camera, colors look saturated, dynamic range is good, sharpness is good. It has a slight problem with exposure, but you can control it by changing the focus point. Focusing speeds are good. It's a good camera, but nothing extraordinary. It is better than Lenovo P2 and comparable with Moto G5 Plus. Front-facing camera is where it shines. Selfies are wide. Not as wide as G5 Plus, but wide enough. You get bright selfies even in low light conditions. Dynamic range and color reproduction are good. Definitely better than what I expected from it. For selfies, it was great, and it was noticeably better than G5 Plus in low light conditions. There is no optical image stabilization, but it has electronic image stabilization, so video footage is very stable. I was really shocked to see how stable it was. Because of the limited performance, it is not capable of recording 4K video, but they gave us a lot of control over the camera app. You can change the white balance, disable microphone, enable or disable anti-shake. We also have many modes like text recognition, time-lapse, smart scanner, night mode, slow motion at 720p. Being a camera-centric phone, in the camera department, it does deliver. This phone comes with a MediaTek Helio P10 processor with Mali T860 GPU with 4GB RAM and 64GB internal storage. These are the benchmark scores. In terms of performance, you can compare it with the last year's Lenovo K5 Note and Moto G4 Plus. It's just an average processor. So if anyone says it has a 2 GHz octa-core processor, so it's powerful, just tell them to get lost. Performance is okay at the most. For an average user, it is sufficient, but if you use a lot of heavy apps like Facebook, it will struggle a little. They gave us 4GB of RAM and they are marketing it well. But by default, this phone kills all the apps running in the background. It also has many useless battery features trying to do the same thing again and again. That's to stop apps or block apps from running in the background. Memory management is average. It never uses more than 3GB of RAM no matter what you do. Gaming experience was also decent. I was able to play all the high-end games with little to no lag, and the maximum temperature I have seen was 43 degrees. It is not the best phone for gaming, but you can play games without any issues. This is the first phone under 20,000 rupees to ship with Nougat in the retail market, and that's really a huge thing to celebrate. It has a heavily skinned version of Android called Amigo UI on top of Nougat. Like all the Chinese phones, we don't have an app drawer. As if that wasn't enough, they changed the notification bar, put the notification toggles at the bottom, just like an iPhone. Except for this notification toggles, the entire UI looks good, or at least it's bearable. It comes with a lot of bloatware, but not as much as Asus phones. It also has themes, which is probably one of the best features. Apart from changing icons and wallpapers, it also changes the look of all the stock apps, like settings, phone dialer, and so on. We have a lot of screen gestures and motion gestures ranging from double tap to wake to drawing characters on the screen. We even have an extreme battery saver mode to extend your battery life further. If Gionee redesigns its notification toggles and maybe go with the regular style instead of mimicking an iPhone, the entire software experience will be more consistent. There isn't much to talk about audio. They have a new feature called Max Audio, which kicks in when you watch videos and play music. Audio experience on headset is definitely better than the standard experience you get on phones like Moto G5 Plus or Redmi Note 4, but it's nowhere near phones like Lenovo Vibe K5 Note that comes with a dedicated DAC. We have the speaker at the bottom and it's decently loud. This phone comes with a 4000 mAh battery along with a 18 watts fast charger. You can get 80% of charge in 1 hour and full charge in 1.5 hours, but while charging, it gets insanely hot. I couldn't even hold it in my hands. I've seen a maximum of 51 degrees. The good thing is, it cools down quickly. I regularly got a screen on time of 5 to 7 hours depending upon my usage. Dose feature from Nougat works really well. It can last you a day and a half on normal usage and a complete day on high usage. Apart from the old CPU, I really couldn't find any flaws with this phone. Cameras are good, display is awesome, battery life is good, it even has fast charging. This is definitely the best phone you can buy under 20,000 rupees in the retail stores. But this phone cannot compete with online exclusive phones like Redmi Note 4, Moto G5 Plus, or even the Asus Zenfone 3 in terms of performance or value for money. As of now, Oppo and Vivo haven't launched new phones under 20,000 rupees, so till then, this should be the best pick. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any comments, complaints, compliments, or want us to make any specific video, shout out to us by commenting below this video, and if you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to see more cool videos on tech. I'm Nikhil from Gionee Tech signing off. Have a nice day.